There is a new sheriff in town. Carlos Alcaraz has just won Wimbledon 2023 and dethroned King Novak, and boy, he had to go through fire. From his remarkable transformation on grass and dramatic title run, here's the full picture of what happened. A lot of questions were asked about Carlos' proficiency on grass and what his learning curve would look like. Having seen way too many players struggle on grass, I felt like he needed more time to understand the surface. After all, he had never been past the 4th round at Wimbledon or even reached any ATP final on grass, but my predictions were wrong again. Alcaraz quickly broke his duck on the surface and won the Queen's Club Championships, but it was even more impressive that he dropped only one set en route to the title. How did it turn things around so quickly? Anyways, it became clear at that point that Alcaraz had a real chance at the Wimbledon crown, but there was a problem. The 20-year-old's win in London meant that he overtook Novak and became the top seed ahead of Wimbledon. A few eyes rolled and some people felt that the Spaniard shouldn't have been the number 1 seed, as if it were his fault that the All England club discontinued its seeding formula in favour of tour rankings only. But you know what they say about the proof of the pudding? It's in the eating. Alcaraz got a nightmare draw and he had to prove to everyone that he deserved to be the top seed. He literally had to sweat it out en route to the final. Alcaraz tackled Frenchman Jeremy Chardy in the first round. The 2013 Australian Open quarter-finalist and a former top 25 player had a lengthy hiatus from the court last year, and he saw first-round exits at Masters events in Rome and Madrid and didn't even make it past the first round of qualifying for Queens. Anyways, fans expected a straightforward victory for Carlos, and that's what happened. 6-love, 6-2, 7-5. The game was over in less than 2 hours. No biggie, really. Carlos faced another Frenchman, Alexandre Muller, in the second round, but it wasn't all smooth sailing this time. Carlitos made 41 unforced errors in what was an error-strewn performance against the 84th ranked Muller, who had spent most of his professional career on the second-tier challenger circuit. Muller proved to be a bit stubborn, producing delightful shots at times, but Alcaraz prevailed in straight sets. Alcaraz then got dragged into a bruising battle against the big-serving Nicolas Jarry in the 3rd round. Major momentum swings and losses of concentration were the order of the day. The 25th seeded Jarry took a set off Alcaraz thanks to his devastating forehands and big serves, but he couldn't keep up with the intensity throughout, ending the match with 48 winners but 46 unforced errors, compared to Carlitos, who had 41 winners and 30 unforced errors. Alcaraz survived the epic 4-setter 6-3, 6-7, 6-3, 7-5. But there was a storm ahead. He had to face former Wimbledon finalist and grass specialist Matteo Berrettini in the 4th round. Entering the match, Berrettini had not lost serve during the tournament. In a formidable display of firepower, Berrettini took the first set. Although Berrettini was unseeded at Wimbledon after an injury-plagued year, I felt like he was a dark horse, but Carlos quickly banished those thoughts by raising his level. The 20-year-old employed a variety of shots, running his opponent ragged at times. The longer the game went, the more Berrettini struggled. In less than 3 hours, Carlitos finished off the Italian 3-6, 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, showcasing his return skills. Carlitos had now made history by reaching his first Wimbledon quarterfinals and setting up a clash with Holger Rune. The 20-year-old Dane is only a week older than Alcaraz, making their matchup the lowest combined age for a Wimbledon men's quarterfinal from the professional era. I'm starting to feel old these days. So, Rune and Alcaraz had played doubles together when they were 14 and had now grown to possess destructive shot-making ability. It promised fireworks, but didn't quite turn out to be what we expected. With both of them being two of the most talented players on tour, I personally felt like we were in for an entertaining 5-setter. But unfortunately for neutrals, Carlitos dispatched the world number 6 in straight sets. In the opening set, a ton of nerves was on display, and both players wasted chances on the return. But the world number 1 Alcaraz finally had the big answers in the big moments, and after that, it never looked like he was in trouble. 7-6, 6-4, 6-4. Alcaraz had become the youngest man to reach the last 4 at SW19 since a then 20-year-old Novak Djokovic in 2007, but the 3rd best player in the world was waiting for him in the semis. It was Carlitos' toughest test on paper against the 2021 US Open champion, who was also looking to make his first Wimbledon final. Again, Carlos made light work of the Russian for the 2nd time this year. He exploited Medvedev's game plan of maintaining a deep court position. Carlitos served and volleyed to great effect and mixed things up with his usual dose of drop shots. The top seed blasted 27 winners and broke Medvedev's serve 6 times to end things in 1 hour and 50 minutes. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. The stage was set for the final. We got what we wanted, a rematch. A highly anticipated final against the 4-time defending champion. History was on the line for the top 2 seeds and everyone was present. British and Spanish royalties, Hollywood A-listers, all the big names. It was Djokovic's 35th major final, yet another record. He was on a 34 match winning streak at Wimbledon and had won the last 4 editions. The Serbian had all the experience and was the clear favourite. Carlitos, on the other hand, had participated in just 3 grass tournaments. Before the final, there was a little controversy when his dad was allegedly caught filming Novak in practice. What are your thoughts on that? Anyway, the gist was completely forgotten once both players stepped on the centre court.